Hi guys, today I want to talk to you about MyFitnessPal and how this little app for your phone can help you gain muscle and lose weight. Now, first and foremost, very simply, you can use it to track your total calories towards your goal. So, whether you be trying to gain muscle or lose weight, you're going to have a calorie goal. For example, mine at the moment is 2,900 calories a day. So I'm going to enter in the foods that I eat onto the app, and it's going to tell me how many calories there are overall in those foods. So what I can do is at the end of the day, I can see whether I'm tracking above my goal, below, or on target, which is really, really useful, especially for people who aren't used to tracking their calories or have little understanding of how many calories there are in certain foods, because obviously different foods have different caloric densities, so this can be really, really useful in itself. Number two, something that is actually really helpful, because sometimes you don't have all the nutrient information on the packaging of some products, you can create your own recipes. So for example, if you're making a chili con carne, you've got things like passata, tomatoes, you've got your beef mince, you've got any number of items going into that recipe, and you can add them all together in the recipe mode of the app and build a recipe for that particular item that you have homemade. So you can see how many calories are in that as well. And now that's really useful, especially if you weigh out your food. Weighing the food is really important, because if you don't weigh the food, the app can't make an accurate breakdown of what you're eating. So just make sure you do weigh the food that you're putting in there, or you look at the serving sizes on the packaging. That can be really useful to see how you're tracking against your goals. For example, when I put my new goal in, I realised that a few of the days I was almost 800 calories behind that goal, and I thought I was eating a lot. I was eating a lot of mass, as it were, but not a lot of calories because of the type of foods I was eating, vegetables and so forth. So you really need to track it and see how much you are actually eating when you might think you're eating a lot more. Or vice versa, there could be some really caloric dense foods that you're eating that you don't realise. For example, some dips like hummus and tarama salata, a small pot of that can be 1,000 calories and you may not realise, and it's sending you way over your goals if you're trying to lose weight. So it can be really useful in that respect. It doesn't only track calories, mind you, it will track your macronutrients, so your carbohydrates, proteins and fats. You can see for a weekly average and for the day how you track on those macros. So obviously you may have a target, and you can see, for example, I want to eat 170 grams of protein per day because I'm trying to gain lean muscle mass. You can see if you're tracking well enough to hit that goal, and that can be really, really useful in deciding what food to eat next for the day. It can be really useful as a planning tool as well. So that can be really good. You can even put your supplements into the app, so you remind yourself, oh, I haven't had that supplement yet. For example, if you're taking supplements, how many times can I say supplements? But you can put those in as well, and they usually are on the database. I've found all of the supplements I take are on the database, so it reminds me if I have or haven't taken that particular product that day and that I need to do it. So that's really useful too. The main thing about it overall is that it gives you an accountability for what you are actually eating or not eating, because you've got it written down in front of you on your phone all day long. So you can look at it and go, I'm way over, I've had a big breakfast, I need to calm myself down, not eat as much for the rest of the day. Or I'm actually tracking behind, I need to make sure I've got a bit of bulk in my meal so I'm getting enough calories. It really holds you accountable for what you're eating. And if you're not tracking in that respect now, it's something that you really should start doing. You don't have to use MyFitnessPal, it's just the one that I know, it's the one I use. I'm sure there are other calorie tracking tools and apps out there. I'm just talking from experience, so I'm not endorsing a particular app. I'm just saying this is the one I know. It's the one a lot of people have heard of, and it's got the biggest food database that I know of out of all of them. So something that you can really find a use for, especially if you've got a specific goal. Now, there are pitfalls to the app that I want to point out now. So, for example, I would say that you should set your own goals and don't use the goals that it sets for you, because it can be quite unrealistic. For example, if you're looking to lose weight, it might set you quite an unhealthy 800 to 1,000 calories a day, which I know is too little and unhealthy for the body. So really set your own goals and make sure you're doing things healthily. But as a tracking tool, it's invaluable. So try to make sure there is a nutrients part of it as well, where you can see what nutrients you're having. So don't drop your calories too low and realise that actually your body's not getting sufficient nutrition that it needs to function properly. So I'd say set your own goals and don't look at the unrealistic goals it might set you, especially for weight loss. But use it as a tracking tool and use it to your advantage, or another calorie tracking tool that might be available to you. But guys, if you're not tracking your calories now, do, because it can really help you achieve your goals. It can help you with weight gain and weight loss. I recommend it, guys. Give it a go. Tell me what you think and have a great day.